very funny man, comedian Marz Theron. Thank you for being here on the show.
Let's get ready for madness. Hi, Terry.
Hi. I was, of course, you know what I've been talking about like crazy, and I know that even Stephen D. Kelly is going to be covering the topic on his show tonight, is the Seth Rich murder, and I'm thinking that you probably have been looking at that too as well. What are your initial thoughts on that?
Well, I jotted down a bunch of notes when I did my show yesterday, and the latest and all that kind of stuff. But I had to stand back from this sort of thing. Why are they making us focus on this? And I know we need to, but they have killed so many people. The body count behind the Clintons, I'm telling you, if they go into their cellar, they're going to just dig anywhere at all. They'll find bodies. The Clintons are killing people. They're killing them, I tell you. What are you going to do?
Well, Marz, I think that they're spending a little bit more time on it this time, because of the fact that the emails are linked to, it's linked to the DNC emails that they are pushing as the Russians having hacked it, right? So if the link came internally by the DNC themselves, then it would take out the entire Russian hack story and the Russian narrative. And that's why I believe that the focus is why this one's a little bit different.
That's another thing they need to let go, because, it's like, that's the mainstream media wants us to think about that. It's like the Russians ate my comedy notebook, Terry. I can't think about it. It's like the Russians are being blamed for everything. They're not the bad guys. There's this cabal of banking families that are ruling the world, and they're holding all the marbles. And we need brass balls to fight them because they have gold man sacks. I'm telling you, it's bigger than just Clinton, Hillary. Hillary was just another in a long line of the Chicago mob. There was W before her, and Bill before him, and HW before him. It's like that whole group, including Obama, is just all part of this conspiracy. And I use the word conspiracy as a legal term. I'm not. I beg you, Tara, please, I beg you. Join me. I want to you say take back the country, take back America. I say take back the word conspiracy. It's a legal term. It means two or more people talking about committing another crime. And you can get 5 years for conspiracy. And that's why they want you to forget. That's why they wanted to change the meaning of the word, because they are committing the crime of conspiracy. And we can't let them just talk us out of, say, oh, he said conspiracy. He's just stupid. They've been pulling a scam on us since JFK. The New York Times started using the word conspiracy to mean ridiculous. And I never fell for it, and I'm not falling for it now. I never will. The word conspiracy is a crime. You get 5 years for it. So those guys need to be called on the fact that they're conspirators. There's more than one of them. It's like they're saying, oh, if you think that more than one person shot JFK, then you're just a conspiracy theorist. Iggy. Wrong. It was more than one person. More than one person involved in all this kerfuffle. I used the word kerfuffle.
Well, yeah.
So if they change the meaning of the word to mean ridiculous, then they no longer can be charged with a crime of conspiracy. You can't go into a court of law and say, Your Honor, the word conspiracy isn't a crime anymore. We changed it. Didn't you get the memo? No, it's still a crime. Two or more people talking about committing an additional crime is a conspiracy. And if they commit the additional crime, that's a conspiracy. And there were two guys that shot, what's his name, and Seth Rich in the back. That was a conspiracy. And whoever hired them, they're conspiracy. It's a logical word. And I like it. I'm keeping it. Although, I don't know, I'm kind of like warming up to the idea of hypothesis hilarity. Hypothesis hilarity. Yeah, I don't know. I like conspiracy comedy.
Hilarity?
Yeah, you got to put an H with it.
Almost. You. Welcome to Hypothesis Hilarity Night at Cafe Vienna.
It doesn't really sing, though, does it? Hypothesis. There's too many syllables.
Is it going to be funny? I don't know.
We're the hypothetical hereticals here. That'd be the name of our team, the hypothetical hereticals. It's heresy, I tell you. Heresy, conspiracy, comedy. Anyhow, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? I disapprove, though, of their very existence. We all knew that Hillary was not the right person. It's like That's what it's all about. It's like the ones who thought she was worth a damn, and the ones that allowed her to push out Bernie. And even Bernie wasn't all that in a bag of chips. He was a frickin' warmista.
Socialist.
Well, I don't even care about that so much as you can put a word on something, but if it makes changes for the better, I don't care what you call it. It's kind of like that medicine. It's like the Obamacare and the Trump care. It's like, well, the problem is that's insurance companies. Well, what if they use something already existing that isn't profit based, hypothetically, like make everybody have be eligible for Medicare, that sort of thing. The thing's already in place. I don't mean to change the subject on you, but it's like, I'm just running thoughts by.
That's not universal health care. That's not
exactly.
That's not like Canada, is it?
No.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're socialist health care. It's not the same.
Well, I don't want their health care. I'm very much into holistic and eating right and exercising, and I don't want what they're going to force me to have. I'm not going to go to their doctors unless I break a bone or something. I don't want their help. I don't want any of their cures. I don't want chemotherapy. I don't want radiation treatment. I don't want any of that crap. I do not want to be vaccinated. That's for damn sure. No, you cannot inject me with your things. I don't want their pills. I take handfuls of pills every day, but they're supplements, and I buy them and I make sure they're the good ones. You can buy supplements, they'll have like soy oil in them. I'm like, no, I'm not buying this one. A GMO, you're going to throw a GMO into my vitamin E? Stop it, I tell you. I'm not putting up with it. No.
So, Marz, again, you obviously, we're on the same page.
Oh,
boy.
boy.
No vaccinations and the foods and chemtrails and all of that stuff. Were you always like that, or is this something that you kind of started to notice later on in life? And at what point, if so, at what point did you start to put two and two together, or become, or maybe go, well, gee, I might be a conspiracy theorist?
Well, I was always a marcher, but even before the internet got popular, I was, marching anti-war. So you hang out with the kind of people who start learning what's going on. But then the internet, they had 9/11, the internet was really jumping up, and you'd start, I started seeing all this other alternative information out there, the alternative media. I turned my back on the mainstream media, and I don't look back, except for once in a while I'll accidentally see some article about this or that. But I don't want their information. I don't want their lies. I don't want their propaganda. I don't want their brainwashing. None of that. And I don't want their medical care. No, 1,000 times no. I don't want it, and I don't want to be charged for it. I go on and on about this in my show. I don't mind telling you. This is it's one of my pet peeves, if you will.
So, when did you start doing stand-up comedy?
A long time ago, back around '82.
Wow.
Before that, I was in community theater, and I was in a sketch troupe. But then one day in Austin, they opened a comedy club, and I just jumped right up on the stage because I was already doing sketch comedy and things. So I already had one-man sketches I could just perform. It was easy for me. So yeah, I liked being a topical comedian. So I was even then pulling stuff out of the news and talking about it. I got to know. Slowly but surely, I've been getting more and more away from the mainstream lies, though. So I feel proud of myself of doing this radio show. I get to tell people how things really are, expose the lies.